Hey everyone, the professor here, and welcome to Market After Hours Crude Oil Analysis. Now, inside our trading club, we sold from here. We took price down to this level right here. Price came back up. We sold again. And then this one, some folks had a runner down into this next heavier support and resistance area on a bigger time frame. We bought from this 73.50 area. We took it back up, we sold, and we are currently here now in this position right in here. So again, these are some of the advantages of trading in a trading community. But that information, you can find it below on the scrolling ticker or right above me on the QR code or in the video description. So let's jump into a fresh after market analysis for crude oil. We're going to head over to our daily candle. And so this was the choppy session that the markets were talking about today. You can see there that we came as low as 73.46, and I'd like to make this white. And we came as high as 75.20, but we closed the body of the candle right within here. Now, what this is telling me with regards to price action is that more than likely we are going to finish the week higher than our current position of 74.44. So I'm going to mark this as market open in just a little bit, and I'm going to get rid of these bottom ones. And so to kind of give you some perspective here as we look at the daily, right, we definitely want to look at this high right here that was created, 76.17 on this chart, that was created back on Tuesday, December 26th of last year. And then we want to look at this low right here. Actually, I'm going to go to this more recent low right here of 70.67, which was created Wednesday, January 17th of this year. So now what we will begin to do is kind of look at this 8-hour chart, kind of see that's the box that we are kind of stuck in here with regards to our current price action. Now, really trading inside of this area is going to be very, very difficult because, again, I'm going to get rid of this now. And you can see here that we've had rejection basically twice at this 75.50 area. But to the bottom side, we were not able to close below 73.36. So we are on an 8-hour chart, but there's a lot of pips or points or ticks to grab even in that small box. So this analysis will really help you, especially if you're preparing to kind of trade that London session into the US session. Now, I don't trade the London session. I let the US session open because by then usually crude oil has tipped its hand in what it wants to do. So now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see here that we kind of ended up in a small bullish candle here. Now, we do have to account for this current zone that we are in. So as we move down in time frames, okay, we are going to have to close above the zone if we're going to continue a little bit higher, or are we going to reject and at least come here would be the first pit stop, and that would be the first take profit zone if you were going to drop lower. Now, as we drop into the 1-hour time frame, okay, let's take a look at the candles and what it's doing. Now here, you can clearly see that we originally had this rise, rejection, back down, and then we kind of closed right in this little area here. So we're really going to have to wait for market open, but these should really be, let me get rid of this. I always tend to mark this sometimes. We should really be targeting these two areas if you are trading London session tonight, okay? If we continue to see rejection here, okay, I would definitely target not this high, but rather I would target this high right here. Let's see if they come back to this high. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to put this as a blue line to let you know that that would be the upside target, which is 75.20. Okay. Now, this here was created on Tuesday, obviously January 23rd, and that is kind of where we are at now. So that was the session low. So this is exactly what you would target as well to the bottom side. Will they take out the session lows? So you really are looking in between. Is crude oil going to go back up to the session high, or are they going to go back up, back down to the session low? Okay. So if we get that candle closure down in this area, okay, we get a definite candle closure down in here, then you can expect price to give us possibly another move up, right? And then coming down for London session. You've got to look at the price action on the smaller time frame, right? Vice versa, if we can get a candle to come up here, I'm going to give you an example, right? Then can we get price to possibly come back here and then come back up to our session high? Now that example is right here. Okay, there's our candle closure. There's a position back down and then hopefully back up. Okay, so kind of the same thing there. And then to this bottom side, you can use this as kind of an example what may happen in this area again down in here. So again, I would not trade market open right away. There might be a gap. There may not be a gap. I will let it move until at least about 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's usually when you begin to see the first move on crude oil. And again, I would keep kind of very tight stops or mental stops for these areas. But we could be trading within these two areas still, even into tomorrow morning, unless something major happens in the Middle East or what have you. So if we drop down now to the 15-minute chart, here's the price action that we are talking about. We kind of came up to these highs again, okay? And if we throw a Fibonacci, those of you that are in my group, we know we love our fibs, right? And if you would have done a fib here, exactly rejected at the 61.8, you can make that up. So based on what I'm just seeing initially, right, kind of looking at this area right over here as well, we may just consolidate for a little bit at the market open session. And then we obviously have to go in one direction or another, right? So, I might be leaning towards maybe going first to the upside, and then we'll see what happens there. So if you are trading London, just use caution, but you should be looking for that type of movement if you think price is going to move to the upside. Okay, so that's kind of the evaluation here on the 15-minute chart. And again, that's kind of what you should be looking for. Now, for those of you in the trading club, we'll jump on US session and we'll catch our 20 pips. Congratulations to everyone who's on day 2 of our 20 pip challenge. And if you're not yet in the group and you want to find out more, you can head over to theprofessortrades.com. That's theprofessortrades.com, or the link in the video description. Come check it out. I can guarantee you're going to have a lot of fun with over now 130 traders that are in there focusing in mainly on crude oil. And then we're doing some other stuff privately on this side as well. Okay, if you got some value on this shorter post-market analysis for crude oil, smash that like button. And again, for those of you in the club, I will then be providing our other charts, non on YouTube, inside of the platform over the next hour as well, to include natural gas and gold. Okay, have a good night, and we'll see you for US session tomorrow for crude oil trading.